Is it actually working? Okay, there we go. Ha! Excellent. Maybe a little bit of music. And then we will get to it. Well, we want to do some things. We actually want things to happen. I want things to happen. Let's see here. What are the things that are going to happen? We've got a plan. I actually want to get work done here. This is a plan. We're going to be doing work right now. Work is going to happen, and then we're also streaming at the same time. And that's how it's going to be. That's just what the plan is. All right, let me make sure we've got everything okay. Here we go. Let me make sure everything looks good. I think this window is a little too big, so fix that really quick. Okay, and then we need to get our terminal window up, and then we will make sure that we have our MCP server ready to go. And then we'll just chill, and we'll watch the code be generated in front of us and just check things out. I think that's a good plan. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. Let's open up our terminal window. We don't need this anymore. Let's get rid of this. And then we will head over to our MCP server. Excellent. Okay. All right. So let's see where we're at. Where did we leave things off? Okay. Zoom in a little bit so we can have a little bit better readability on stream. Okay. I think that's better. That's much more satisfying. Okay. So we've got some user feedback on our MCP server, and there's quite a bit of user feedback. So I need to go through it here really quick and make some changes. The good news is I don't really have to make these changes myself. We just ask the AI to do it for us. Okay. So the first one is, okay, there's a new way to install MCP Server on VS Code, but you have to make sure Copilot is installed first. So we have to update the README file. So we'll do this here. Claude. Okay. So what we want to do is update README MD file with instructions to add MCP server to VS Code. Let's see what happens. Okay. Pretty straightforward and simple. I'll update the README file. This is the future. This is what software engineering is these days. I mean, well, it might not be that for everyone right now, but it's gonna be for everyone going forward. I promise you. Okay, what do we got? Okay.
Claude is awaiting user input.
All right. I will add a new section to README file with VS Code MCP server installation instructions. The section will be inserted after the existing Claude code section. I like that. Yeah, and so it's putting itself before my. I got it. It's still fine. Okay, so let's do yes and auto accept, and then we'll see what it did afterward. So what else? While that's doing its thing, okay, we will need to see what else is on the list. All right, looks like the MCP doesn't support signals. Okay, so we need to double check that that's actually true, because I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's true. Oh, I've got another one. We need to add REST API. Okay, so it did that task. Git blame readme Actually, I've got a better idea. Just look at it like this. Here we go. That's a lot easier to read. Okay. So, using VS Code to install VS Code MCP Server prerequisite looks good. VS Code GitHub Copilot, newer version node, likes npx. Enter the package name. Oh, okay. VS Code will install the packages and automatically open up the MCP JSON configuration file. And then you just add the MPC configuration. Okay. That looks good to me. Save, restart VS Code. Good to go. All right, let's go ahead and update that by package JSON. Let's bump the version. Then npm update. And then I think then, yep, just double check that npm install was also all up to date. Uh-oh. It doesn't like that. Why doesn't it like that? Some caching? That's really annoying. Okay. What if we just delete? You know what? If I delete only part of it, it's not. There we go. Oh, come on. Yeah. Is it gonna work this time? I don't know. Of course. Okay, npm install. Then get status. Get add, readme, and then packages. Okay. All right, so we did phase one. All right, we did the easy part. And we'll go on to the next one here in a second. Added VS Code install instructions. Okay. Make sure that goes to the GitHub. All right, what's next on our list? We got to do the next one. It looks like the MCP doesn't support signals. I was implementing and typing an indicator with the core SDK, and when the MCP tried to test its own implementation, that didn't turn out well because it could only test with publishes. Oh! So it's not that I get it. Okay, so we need to implement a new function that supports signals. Okay. We're going to use the MCP server to read information on how to use signals to update itself to add a new function for signals. This is going to be a fun one. Okay, so MCP. So we've got... Oh, it failed. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Really? Let's see. Claude MCP list. Let's see what we have here. Oh, good. Just shows API keys. Those, all right. Failed to connect. Why did it fail to connect? Let's just remove. Well, let's boost add and remove it. Remove. Pubnub MCP. Oh, I think I just say pubnub, right? PV NUV. There we go. Multiple locations. Okay, so -s local. Fine. Scope. It's gonna work. Maybe I have to do it over here. Scope local. Okay. And then user. Okay, let's do the list. Let's see if it's there, and then we'll add it back. Okay. So what do I want to do here? I want the install instructions. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I'm fine. Much better. Oh, come on. Wait. Is it really? Why is it failing? npm run test all. What is the deal? Seems to be working fine in the tests. See, everything's even if the tests pass, is it not going to work? Like, what's the deal here? Maybe. You never know. All right. That's also possible. That is also possible. Well, I guess we might, you never know. I mean, that's fine. It could be that way. It could totally be that way, and actually, I would be fine with it because I actually like that approach better. And then I wouldn't have to change any of the tools. That kind of makes me happy. See, that makes me a little more happy, and maybe we can slow things down a little bit. All right, any errors? Stream is healthy. Perfect. Okay. Feeling better. Feeling better about the situation. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Okay. So if it works fine there, then what's the deal with... Oh, okay. I know what the deal is. All right. I think I've run into this scenario before. So let's double check here. TR rest. Okay, Claude. If we run it in not the MCP directory, then it will work fine. I think that's our issue. Please, 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 please. Please. Which is annoying because that means that I can't use the MCP server to update itself, which would have been really fun. Okay. I'm just really glad it works. All right, I'm very happy that is working. Okay. So as long as that's working, then I guess we're just going to have to do our best without it. It's really unfortunate because I really wanted to use it. All right. Let's strap in here. Fine. All right. So if that's the case, nothing changed, right? Okay. Claude. Then we can't use the MCP server. But we do need to add the rest. Okay. So we need to update index.js. Add a new, was it called? A tool? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Index. Okay, so we've got a bunch of tool handlers. I want to add REST API here, but we need a new tool. It's similar to publish, but it's the signal. It's exact the same as publish. Publish message. Okay. And tool definition. All right, so we need a tool handler and a tool definition. Bloop. Okay. Add a new tool called, let's see, no. We want to call it public message. Maybe it's a publish public message, but we need to call it something like send signal message. What did? Maybe we can have the AI to send a pubnub signal. This is identical to publish tool, except we are using the signal method instead. And then we need to update and tool handlers. Okay. As well. All right, then we'll go into plan mode. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it says send. Oh, pubnub signal. Actually, that's a really good name. I really like that.
Awaiting user input.
Excellent. Okay, so mirrors the pubnub publish message. Actually, send pubnub signal. Perfect tool, but uses. Okay. That is great. Okay, so I'll just copy this as the solution. I'll say yes, auto accept edits. While that's off, I'm going to update my doc. Paste that in. Okay. Pubnub REST API. Start working on the next one. Okay. JavaScript. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to look at the difference in the URL. So it says docs SDK REST API, docs SDK, REST. Okay. So we just need to add REST API like this. perfect. I've successfully added the new PubMed signal tool to index.js. Okay. Update tests to ensure that the signal tool is working and it can. Should we have it test? I think we should just get a just look for like a 200 okay. Indicating that it was successful. Okay. So we'll update our tests to make sure that we have support of this. I like this. Okay. I'm fine with that. This is all. Okay, well, that's off to that. I need to get this to work properly. We also we add to the index.js and update. I think there's a file in here called download SDK docs. That's it right there. Okay. We need to add it to here as well. But, all right, so let's see here. Okay, update, download SDK docs. We need to do something else. We got to do something else too. Something else has to happen. It's very possible. Oh. Seems good to me. Okay, sounds fine. Okay, they'll check. Here we go. All right, that's just a slightly. We can move.
Claude is awaiting user input.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then we need to update this to support. What was it? There's a thing we got to do. We got to do a thing. There's a thing I got to remember. Oh, update. Yeah, download SDK script with REST APIs. Well, but we also have to update it again a second time to allow me to allow command line arg to specify a list of SDKs to update. Okay, so now we've got our next task here. Okay, close that. Let's name this window Claude so I know where it's at. Okay, so it added a test, send signal test to expected list, ensures the tool properly registered available. Okay. Signal versus, okay, verify signal successfully. Okay. So we should run this test. What files were updated? I guess we'll find out. Test.js. Right. All right, npm test. See how it works here. Uh-oh. Failed to send a signal. Well, the test failed. let's see. Send signal. Signal sent successfully. Okay, so this might not be the best way to find that it's a successful test. It might be. Okay, signal result. I want to print the result of the signal. So let's do console.log. Yes, thank you. Let's rerun that test real quick. Wait, hold on. Content text signal sent successfully with time token. Did it just magically start working? I don't think so. Okay, so there was some other. I guess the first one works, but it failed. There must have been another test. Okay. Sending signal to channel, signal versus publish. All right, so we need to see what that is even doing. So it actually works at the get-go versus what's going on here. I mean, what is the point? Why do we even need this? Signal should not appear in message history. That's true. And then it publishes a message, and then it sends. So what part's failing? It says signal versus publish. Failed to send signal message. I mean, it already sent it before, so it definitely works. Send signal to channel. Send public signal. Channel and message. Okay. So what's different this time? Interesting. Contains time token, signal. Let's just copy this to see. Signal test result. Okay. So what's different? Why are they different? It's the same. It looks exactly the same. Signal test successful. Time token. Seems fine to me. Well, tell you what. I don't really have to know too much about what's going on, but this person does. So what we'll do is we'll just copy and paste this. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll make it better. Because the signal tool is returning an error instead of a success. Yeah, but it shouldn't be. Oh, it's running the test for me. Perfect. I mean, you didn't have to do that. I did that for you. Uh-huh. So it ran the test itself. Even though I gave it the output, and it's basically the same output with a different channel name because it's a randomly generated channel. You know what? I think that's fine. Maybe it's possible. You never know. That's also possible. It just might be that we're just a little too... But I would much rather just go back. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Well, there's no need to do that. All right, well. All right, let's read through some of these. It looks like the MCP can't test channel membership. Can it? No, that's correct. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna, that's just a new feature. I was implementing a system with user channel membership when the MCP, maybe, I suppose we can add. All right, so what we have to do here is add new tool for channel membership. Maybe we can. Unread message count despite being explicitly told to use the chat SDK. Okay, we already fixed this one because we added a chat SDK mode. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's mark that as green. This one is done. Well, it's not done yet because we haven't got it to work right. Test signals only.js. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. We don't have to worry about that. It'll do it. It'll do the trick. We don't have to worry about this one because we already did it. Okay, implementing a typing indicator using chat SDK is mostly correct. Then consulted read pub resources. Then after that, still had to search the web for more info, though it did implement the indicator correctly. I think now that we have chat SDK mode, it's fairly it's same situation. So we don't have to worry about this anymore. All right, this error at one point missing parameter topic. Don't remember how, and I'm not sure what it means. Okay, I think it must be indentation here. When implementing the listener of the chat SDK event, byte event MCP, channel ID listener wrong both times tried. It should be the user ID, but it always tries to. This is more chat SDK stuff. I think we can skip all these because we already did the chat SDK things previously. MC struggled reading paged historical messages. Yeah, it doesn't page, I don't think. Does it? Need a lot of guidance as successfully uses start SDK. Yes. This will be tricky, and I think we can skip this one for now because it's going to be really tricky. MC struggles to understand chat SDK concepts. Yeah, we already have chat SDK. This is to do later. Maybe. That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Okay. When creating a pubnub function, the MCP did not understand the pubnub object available within the function. Well, yeah, it had to point out history documentation before it could successfully. I think we did this. So we already actually did this one because we added functions docs previously. So we're good to go there. This came up during a conversation, but MCP was struggling to understand how to send file attachments with the chat SDK again. Okay, so another chat SDK scenario. I asked Cursor to consult MCP, tell me about service workers. We have no information on service. It did not. So maybe we could add details on this. We could add service worker details here. So we need to add service worker or shared worker instructions. Okay, that's something that we can do. So these two are good. This is something we have to do later. Some more chat SDK stuff. Okay, chat SDK. I asked Cursor to consult the PubNub MCP and tell me about the service worker. Right, okay. We already know that about that one. All right, MCP struggled to implement pinned messages with the chat SDK. 2 or 3 things seem to confuse it. I've forgotten to enable channel events. This is more chat SDK stuff. So I think we're okay here. Does this mean that we're basically up almost all the way there? I think it does. I think it means we're almost all the way there. SDK compatibility misunderstanding. MCP failed to communicate the fundamental. Yes. Okay. Yeah. See, this is the main issue. Is we just didn't have chat SDK before, but now we do. Present SDK and interchangeable. Message format requires API signature token versus auth key. Yes, we already took care of that one. This was previously done. So these things are done. Green, green. Okay. Wrong assumed SDK. Yes. Okay. Okay. Wrong because we added chat SDK mode. Yes. Okay. So all we have to do is just use the new chat SDK mode for this. Access manager integration complexity. Failed to answer real world integration challenges. Problem. Token parameter naming differences between SDKs. Okay. So we added tests for this and got that to work better. Proper initial. And then we added test retry strategies for serverless. So we did add some patterns there already. I think we're almost done. This is just the same as above. We didn't need this extra table. Documentation quality issues. Not clear distinction between core. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is just a summary. We don't need this. Okay, so we took care of this. In a previous session, we took care of it completely. All right, ask Cursor to consult. Yeah. All right, so this is something we can add before we go. And then the permanent MCP struggles to read paged history. This is a tricky one. I don't know if we'll solve it today. Looks like MCP can't test channel membership. And this is another one. Okay, so these are the last things that we need left. Let me grab this. Move it up. And then add this one. There we go. Okay. Green, 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 green. Done, done, done. All right. So we just have a few things left to do. It's still running. This is crazy. It's a really long running task. One second. All right, this is we're gonna. You can't tell what's going on now. You can't see nothing. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing on the screen. There's nothing to see. You don't even know what's going on. You can't tell. Is your phone broken? It might be broken. Your phone is actually broken. You should be seeing something on your screen right now. Nope, everything's fine though. I promise. It's actually fine. Everything's good. All right, let's see here. Really? Okay, well, that's fine. You never know. There's no way to actually know. Is there? Yes. I think so. Okay. This whole time, you never knew. You never knew this whole time. See, now that's interesting. Just at this very end of the moment, you never knew. There's no way you could ever possibly know. Oh, I see. Okay. That seems fine. Doesn't it seem fine? You probably doesn't seem fine. I am actually kind of curious as who, well, you never know. All right, what we're going to do is double check some things. I mean, it's possible. Isn't it possible? But you don't know. You can't tell that you're everything's fine, but there's no way to ever know. You'd expect it, wouldn't you? I mean, I would expect it. It seems fair to. Okay. Lower than. Well, at least there's some attempts. There's probably some attempts here. Maybe we just won't anymore. I think that actually sounds fun. Because then what we could do is we can move back to the way it was before and then just do those. And then just do a ton of those. And then maybe every now and then one of these. Did I? Okay, I did. It's no, because I mean that you never know. There's just no way to know for sure. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I just want to make sure everything's in the right spot. Okay, that's right. Okay, I got to double check something and then we can bring back notes real quick. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Oh, 15? Okay. So I'll tell you what. Okay. It certainly is doing a lot of work, isn't it? Wait, that doesn't look like it's working perfectly to me. To me, that looks like it's not working perfectly. I like this. Excellent. The comprehensive signal test is working perfectly. Hold on. It errored. Well, you know what? Maybe that was just because you have a timeout after 2 minutes. It should not take 2 minutes at all. You know, it's possible that what we could do is we could just I think we'll be done. I think that'll be it. I think we did it. I think we've solved it far enough, and then we'll just hide it out. I think that's the plan. All right. So we're ending it here. We're done. We did it. We solved most of the things. We just need the AI to keep going, and then we'll be done. But for now, we're done. And so I think that's it. So we have a path here. We've got a path to figure out what we want to do. We're in a situation where we have to make a choice. We have to figure out things. Are we going to stop? I think we'll probably stop. Or maybe we'll just, or we can do a BRB, and then I'll come back and finish things off. I think that sounds like a good plan. We can just do a BRB and then come back later. Okay. I mean, you might as well try it out. Oh, hey, how's it going? Heyo. What we got doing? All right, so so Arian, is that how we say your name? Arian, heyo. I was just about to go eat some food, and
Claude is awaiting user input.
Put everything on hold for a second. And then you showed up, so it's like, hey, how's it going? We are currently updating and editing an MCP server, and we are using Claude to do that for us. We had a whole bunch of errors, but it seems like things are going normal now. So what I want to do is npm test, make sure things look good. Vi test all. We have multiple tests here. Test all. See what's going on here. Okay. Sig. We don't have signals in here. Okay, so we probably should add the test signals. Okay. That sounds good to me. Okay, all tests pass. So what we'll do is we'll do run test all. Make sure everything works. Yep. Okay, cool. So, I guess here's what's the plan. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to BRB. I'm going to go grab some tasty food, and then we'll come back and finish off this update of the MCP server. I think that's the plan. That's what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure I like that idea. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Probably put like some text up or something. Text. BRB. Oh yeah, perfect. Good. I don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be a layer on the screen. I can just put it right here. Just make that really big. Is it not obvious that that's what's going on? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's obvious now. Let's make that a little bit smaller. What we could do is have it look like that. Okay. Perfect. Oh, come on. What? Okay. Okay, we'll just have it run and make sure it passes all the tests while we eat food. The computer will do the work for us. what's happening. "36, 37, 37 to..."
I didn't see that approach being as inefficient. Okay, I actually kind of wish you would have told us like what is the test? How do we know what you're doing or what the purpose of what you're doing? Okay, but we've gone from 7,000 down to 200 and something. All right, 293. Dude's writing this under his name. Yeah, it's great. This guy knows Postgres. If you can turn Postgres into an extremely slow beast, you know something about it. Postgres is now operating at less than 1/20th of its original speed. I confirmed the source of its performance hit by checking the logs. Nice. Got some logs. Hey, cool. Hey, logs, 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 logs. Postgres runs automatic vacuum and analysis operations on hot tables every second, which, because the buffer cache hit rate is already low, forces it to read significant amounts from the disk. Better yet, these are doing almost nothing because so little has changed between each run. Of course, 293 TPS is still too much. I agree. This thing, he's gonna get it. If we know he's getting it 42,000 times slower, we could reasonably argue he's gonna get down to like what, 0.125 queries per second, turning Postgres into Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I knew I liked this guy. I knew it. I knew I liked this guy. Can we all agree that this guy's awesome? We can all agree that you like him. Thank you. You know what else Will writes a lot? My Postgres instance. Once I'm done messing with the wall configurations. Oh, nice. Okay, wall is, I forget what wall is to do with asynchronous writes, right? I don't really know what a wall is. I just know that you have to enable it, and you need it to be able to do async writes. Before committing changes to the actual database files, Postgres writes them to a wall, write-ahead log, and then commits those changes in a checkpoint operation. The wall is very configurable, which I can use to our advantage. First, Postgres typically keeps some of the wall in memory before flushing to disk. I can't let that happen. Wall writer flush delay. The minimal amount of wall produced. That requires a flush. Nice. The minimal amount of delay between flushes. Nice. I also want wall to checkpoint as often as possible. Minimum wall size, 32 megabytes. Minimum wall size after checkpointing. I want the checkpoint as much as possible. Maximum size. Nice job. Also beautiful. Checkpoint timeout, 30. Max time between checkpoints in seconds is 30. Hold on. Checkpoint timeout, 30. Max time between checkpoints in seconds. 30 seconds is the minimum. I don't really know what that means. Shouldn't you want this more and more? Or are they saying, is it just if something hangs for too long? Checkpoint flush after 1. Flush writes to disk after every 8 kilobytes. This is diabolical. Diabolical. All right. And of course, I still need to maximize the wall's writes. Wall sync method, open data sync. The method of flushing the disk. This should be the slowest. Wall level, logical, makes the wall output additional information for replication. The extra info isn't needed, but it hurts performance. Nice. Wall log hints, forces wall to write full modified pages. Nice. Summarize wall, another extra processing for backups. Trick wall IO timing, or track wall IO timing. On, more information collected. Checkpoint completion target 0. Prevents spreading the IO load at all. Nice. Oh, man. Look at that. Down to 98. That is, we're almost getting 100th of the speed. Pretty good. Postgres is processing transactions at the at a rate of double digits. At less than 1/70th of the original rate. Just like with auto vacuum, I can confirm that this is due to the wall inefficiency by taking a look at the logs. Nice. Checkpoint started, checkpoint stopped. Checkpoint started, checkpoint stopped. You can even see it. Like, look at that, 300 milliseconds. Started, complete. Started, complete. Started, complete. Yes, normally wall checkpoints should not be happening. Checks notes 487 milliseconds apart, but I'm still not done. All right. Essentially deleting indices. Remember in the intro when I said I couldn't mess with the indices? Well, we don't really need to. Postgres considers a random access of a page from disk differently from sequential access when calculating query plans, because randomly accessed pages aren't typically slower to load on hard drives. Querying a table with an index typically requires accessing pages randomly, whereas a table scan usually involves sequential access, meaning that adjusting the relative cost of random pages should enable us to prevent the use of any indices. Okay. Random page cost sets the cost of accessing a random page. Oh, CPU index tuple cost. So there's some sort of heuristic that you can set the cost of it, and it just goes, oh yeah, that's like super ridiculously expensive. Full table scans are, in fact, the best. Those are the only two parameters I need to change to disable indices in almost all cases. I end up having to increase shared buffers value back up to 8 megabytes to prevent errors with table scans, but it evidently didn't help much performance-wise. 0.87 requests per second. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. Oh, Defy Saul, you're going to play some Balatro? That's called a research spike. He's gaslighting the DB now. He is. Dude, he still needs to go slower, right? Because that, I mean, if you think about that, that's only 1,000. He needs to still go about a 42 times slower than this. Postgres is now under 1 transaction per second, more than 7,000 times slower. Or sorry, he needs to still go 5 times slower. That's right, slower than the default tuning, all without caching anything outside of Postgres conf. However, I still have one last trick up my sleeve. Forcing I cannot make Postgres single-threaded because each of the 100 connections has its own process. However, with new option in Postgres 18, I can still make I/O single-threaded. Postgres 18 introduces a new knob, I/O method, which controls whether threads synchronize or synchronously issue I/O calls. I/O method equals sync. Asynchronously ask worker threads to issue calls. I/O method worker, or use the new I/O Uring Linux API. I/O method I/O Uring. In combination with I/O workers, which establishes the max number of worker threads when using I/O method worker. I can force all I/O into one worker thread. I/O Uring. Dude, am I even saying that right? In my head, I've always said Uring. The Omega worker? It is. I think Tom wrote this article. Tom could have actually wrote this article. Okay, there you go. 0.0166. Dude, this is starting to look like my Bitcoin hashing rate here. All right. Well, Postgres is now well below even 0.1 TPS, more than 42,000 times slower than what we started with. If you exclude the transactions that didn't finish due to deadlocks, the story gets even worse, better. Across 100 connections and 120 seconds, only 11 transactions successfully completed. Nice. Well, a few hours and 32 knobs later, I have successfully killed a Postgres database. Who would have thought you could do that much damage to Postgres performance just by messing with Postgres squeal.conf? I figured I could get down to single digits TPS, but I didn't think Postgres would let me do this much. If you want to try to reproduce this yourself, here are the knobs I changed from the default. Nice. Look at these beauties. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't believe a configuration can be that damaging. You can benchmark this configuration by installing bench-based Postgres and using the example TPC-C configuration with the length of 120 seconds, warm-up of 120 seconds, 128 warehouses, and 100 connections with the maximum throughput of 50K TPS. You can also attempt to further worsen performance. I focused on knobs that I thought would impact Postgres performance the most and left most knobs untested. All right. In the course of writing this, my lower back has begun hurting, so I think it's time for me to go outside or something. Mentioning grass? Did we actually just mention grass? Careful now, okay? I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of Arch users here. There's not going to be a lot of grass touching, guys. All right, hey, the name is... honestly, to tell you the truth, I love SQLite. I feel like people just don't use enough SQLite. All you boys love Postgres, but you don't even know about that sweet SQLite, okay? You don't even know. Jen. All right, so we're going to start off with this T-hack by first reading their security incident. We are going to look at the some of the report, and then there was a second breach. So for those that don't know, the T-app is a women's only kind of gossip app. Maybe that's like the best way to put it.
Okay. Things are happening. Let's find out how things are going here. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we got to press this button. There we go. Okay. Let me get our screen back. Things are happening. Then we will go over here. Okay, I've got a plan. We've got a plan. Things are happening. All right. So we almost have it all the way finished. We need to do a couple more things to make this work. And then we will be off to the races. Shouldn't be any more than an hour. That's the maximum I'm going to go is 1 hour. And we'll give it 1 hour to go. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, so this test cup. Oh, there's a miss. Okay, so we forgot to add. Okay. Let's make sure this works. I'm glad we have this test. Okay. After adding signals, we seem to have an consistency. Run and see the error update index.js to ensure both. What is it? SSE and stdio are the same tools. Well, actually have the same tools. All right, let's see what happens. Here we go. Let's see if we can fix this and finally get it going. Was it? Yes, go. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not going to... Is it going to work? What does you want to do now? Sleep to... Is that going to actually... Is that going to do... Oh, test tool consistency? You want to use...
Claude is awaiting user input.
You want to use timeout, not sleep. That's weird. I think it's very odd. It should be using timeout, not sleep. If anything. Like, what's the point? What does this even do? Like, why would why would you put this in front? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just very strange. It seems to be running a little, the Claude AI seems to be running a little slow. I might need to use the backup system, which I can get up and running. We can make it happen. I'm just not sure if we're gonna do that. Yeah, we'll give it a try. We just have to let this finish off really quick. We're so close. We're so close. We just need to add this. We're still, you know, it's so weird. Well, I guess we did this one. So this is done. We succeeded in doing that, which was this. So this is done. Update video. So we might not do this. We just might give up on this and not do it. We might not. Which has a very important meaning. It has consequences. Let's just put it that way. It has consequences. All right, so we can get this one going. I think this would be at least the last one that we can do today. And then we'll revert, I think. I think we should be good to go after that. Oh, it's just taking forever. Come on, go, go, go. I know, it's the... All right. Is chat SDK... You don't need chat SDK mode. I don't think that has anything to do with this. Test tool consistency. Okay. I think so. I think that seems fine. Maybe. Well, see, I think so. All right. It was worth it. It was worth the try. I mean, maybe what we have to do, you never know. You never know. Let's keep thinking about it. I think maybe, yeah. And that makes me a little bit... Okay. That's the current plan. We'll make sure to get this done real quick. And then we will end. And then we'll be done. And then everything should be fine. Everything will be fine. We just have to finish this. It's going super slow. We might have to revert and start over because this might be getting us into a place where it's just going to be difficult to recover from. Of course it's going to time out. Or wouldn't it? Actually, it shouldn't. The problem is it's just so exciting. Debug SSE versus STDIO, tool registration consistent. Yes, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that needs to happen right now. No, don't add a bunch of debug statements. Yeah. Fine. Yes, it's registered. Okay. I don't know if I'm satisfied with this where it's going right now. This is just gonna keep looping. I don't think it's gonna solve itself. Yeah. I think that's the plan. You know what? I think we're gonna have to revert and just try again. I think I'd much rather just do that. Giving up. We're giving up now. We're abandoning. It's over. Get status. Okay. We have to start all over. Also, 1 second. I want to use the faster. We're going to make it go faster. Right, it's going a little too slow for us right now. 1 second. Copy. We're going to press the go fast button. And you can't tell I have the screen hidden so you can't see what the go fast button is. Nope. Yes. All right. To get the fast button going, we have to do MFA. And we will be ready to go in a second. Here we go. All right. Fast button enabled. Now we should be good to go. Yep. All right. Confirms it. Okay. So, update indexes with a new tool. Okay. Ensure tool is registered for both SSE and STDIO. Index.js. Is there anything else? And then also add a new test file. We needed to do it a certain way. So vi test. You know what? Let's just a test. The new signal tool. Okay. I think that should do the trick. Let's just let it go. This time we'll just let it go. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. That's definitely a lot faster. Signal pubnub message. Okay. Publish, but yeah, actually that's fine. Signal pubnub message and then pub. Yes, that's actually pretty satisfying. It's better. It's better in line with. What do you call that? It's not consistency. Well, it is consistency, but it's coordination. Okay, it's all good. All right. So we can do npm test.
Claude is awaiting user input.
Signal pubnub message. Perfect. Uses pubnub.signal. Okay. I still need to know what that word is. All right. Signal message. All right. Signal tool sent successfully. Okay. I think that's sufficient. I don't think we have to go any further than that. So npm run test all. Let's make sure that everything is working. I don't see any errors on the screen. All right, so sometimes you just have to start over. Really, that's the trick. You run in a rabbit hole sometimes, and it makes a choice, an implementation decision that just completely takes you down the wrong path, and then you get stuck in a loop of endless errors. Okay, so that means that this is likely going to be good to go. Empty doesn't support signal. So I think we can mark that one green. And then when that's done, yeah, maybe, just maybe. And I would like to get this one, and then, is that it? Well, we could potentially do this one. Oh, come on. Damn it. No tool consistently executes the error code. Okay. Yeah, it sure did. Fetch historical messages from one pubnub. Signal pubnub. Okay. Node. Let's try this again. It may have been working all along, at least with that last one. All right, it's almost there. We almost have it. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. All right, here we go. I think so. I think that just might be the plan. Maybe. Are you Am I saying give up? Is that what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what I'm saying. I mean, it kind of is. Oh, sweet. Okay. It did. That's all we had to do. It was just running an old version of the MCP server, and just getting rid of it did the trick. But this new implementation is a lot simpler. I like it a lot better. It didn't add a whole bunch of overhead. So in the end, it was still better to do a revert anyway. Sweet. Okay. Get status. Get add. Oh, we don't. Get add index. Let me see. I want to. Do I have a get ignore? Get vi dot get ignore. I do. Okay. Let's make sure to add these guys. Excellent. Okay. Get commit. Let's see. Get add all. Forgetting hyphens. All right. Get commit dash am. Added signal tool. We did it. All right. We got the signal tool going. I'm fine with that. So, yeah, we can say whatever we want now. All right. Signal tool is done. Let's see here. Then I want to add REST API to index.js and add REST API to index.js and okay. This will be a lot easier. This one's gonna be a lot easier. All right, we're happy. Okay, let's get out of here. Open new context. I have to redo my super fast mode button. Okay. No, oh, hold on. By index. Languages. That's what it is. I need languages. Okay. That should be able to be pretty quick and easy. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know, I could have just did that myself. Like, there's no. I thought that would have been easy just to do myself. I don't know. I didn't. This will be a little trickier, but we'll just do that really quick. So then what we'll do is we'll add the REST API, and then we can update those, run those, add them in, and then work on the app context. I think it's a good plan. Oh, did it work? All right, it finished it. Okay. Yep. You know what? Maybe it's just better that way. You never know. I mean, it's worth trying. Let me just do it like this. Because then it's like all at once. You never know. That's the way I think. It's just a little more interesting this way. You never know. All right, so we're almost done. All we have to do is we'd finish this. All right, so this is done. We win at life. Everything is happy. We never have to. We're done. We never have to work again. It's over. Or just kidding, because there's this other thing that we have to do here. Looks like can't handle channel memberships. Okay, this one's going to be tricky. How do we do this? How do we add this in? I think we just have to add another tool, right? So what we do is, let me check here. We have to finish. Okay, we have to finish this. So I can, this languages. Okay, so I want to run this really quick so it runs, and we update that. All right, let's just open a new window, and we'll say language. So we'll call this REST API SDK docs. That will fetch, and it'll do all the work for us. There's nothing else that we have to bother with, which I like it. I like that approach. Okay. So next we have to add this other bit here. Looks like MCP can't send tests with memberships. Okay, so implementing the system with. So all we have to do is add a new tool for channel membership, but I think we should go a little bit further and add like an app context tool with extra parameters. I think that sounds like a good idea. So let's see here. I have to give it instructions. Okay, let's go pubnub app context. Here we go. We also need to get it to be the JavaScript version. Let's see. JavaScript, yes, here we go. Okay. I think we could just go back to this. Maybe. This seems fine, but also this seems fine too. I don't know. Could just be me. I think, okay. Well, we'll just finish this. What we'll do is we'll finish this off and we'll be done, and then we'll be done with this. I think we're done. Just one last thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. Read this and update index.js with the app context tool. Supports channels, users, and memberships. All right, let's see what happens here. it is. So there is, but I also had plenty of excitement just doing the regular. Plenty of excitement from just doing the regular. It's fine. It was way better last time, wasn't it? It was. It was like full bore, full excitement. Oh, sweet. All right. That's actually fine. Oh, darn. That didn't quite give me what I was looking for. I think maybe, yeah. I think, well, I mean, I think it's probably a long slog. All right, well. We have to do a new Claude here. I think actually it might be fine. I think that's what we should do is, did I miss something? No, I don't think I did. But this is not good. Oh. Okay, well, it's not as terrible. But it was nowhere nearly as much as it was last time. I think what we're going to do is I think we'll be done. I think that's the plan. I think that's what I want to do is just that. We'll go back to where it was. We won't bother with this again. And then that'll be it. I think that's the plan. Okay, so let's at least get this working with a couple of things here real quick. Because this, for example, isn't sufficient. That's the plan. I mean, there's nothing else. Oh, this is all we have to do. We just have to finish it. We're so close. Just a few more to go. All right, so we need to add to the rest. All right, so what was it called? Here we go. Download SDK. So we need to add a special condition when we're loading the REST API to search for different pages. Well, more than that, because we want it won't be these things. It'll be different. Maybe. Which is fine. But there's at least discovery. See, there's some discovery. It's happening, so it's redeemable.
Claude is awaiting user input.
REST API to instead pull different set of URLs. Here are the URLs. Oops. Nope, we can't do that. Okay, we'll do that one and then subscribe. I think maybe history. Persistence. There we go. Claude REST API. Okay. And then we added the test for that, so let's run the tests. npm test. Maybe I don't know. I think it's just a different. Maybe that's just not. It's possible. Maybe it's just not me. As much as I like it.
Claude is awaiting user input.
No, we can't do that. We can't do that. It won't work. See, this is why we couldn't add the REST API in the first place. Okay. I think we have to call it here because we have other things to do. And then we're going to go on from there. And that's how it's going to have to be. So we'll have to end here. Thank you so